we are about to talk about is not the video I had planned for today, but once I saw it, I was so outraged that I knew I had to talk about it. Heather decided to do an impromptu live this morning at 6 a.m. in the morning. And this live, she was very pissed off. She was yelling. She was yelling at random people on the street. She was yelling at Xavier. It was a lot. It was like 56 minutes. She has been on the streets for going on 10 days now. And for the most part, she's been trying to keep a happy face, but she finally broke this morning. And this video probably won't be out until, what is today, Thursday? Probably won't be out till Friday. So technically it would have been yesterday morning.
The way a person looks and sounds, etc. and so forth. I have 4 children now. Weston was born in February. My entire pregnancy, I was calling for assistance through 311, through the police station, through the hospital systems. I was being provided no assistance.
And how long do you guys think it's going to be before she gets pregnant again so she can try to regain shelter? Because it obviously worked for her last time. As soon as she got pregnant, she got shelter within days. And she did not get her tubes tied last time, so it seems like she's still keeping that door open to possibly still have kids in the future. And she claims she's been avoiding having sex with Xavier. Maybe that's why she was making him sleep on the floor when they stayed in the hotel, because she didn't want him to, potentially get her pregnant again, because she claims she doesn't want to be pregnant, even though Xavier said he's ready for another baby. So she has been telling Xavier she's asexual.
I have the education. I have the experience. I have 10 years experience working in healthcare administration. I just woke up in this location a few moments ago, okay? Pumped my breast milk. Xavier has an abscess tooth. We spent one night in the hospital, him receiving intravenous antibiotics, IV antibiotics, for a swollen, infected abscess tooth.
So now she's going to bring up Xavier's problems to try to get people to feel bad for her and send her donations. Anybody around her can be used as a pawn for her to try to garner sympathy from anyone possible.
We spent one night at Northwestern Hospital, and then we had to go. They gave him a referral to Cook County to have the tooth pulled, and he's refusing to go. I can't force him to go, and I also can't force him to do the things that I need him to do. So I'm stuck in the space of, do I run away from Xavier, the father of my child? We have all of our services together, our visits with our son together. Do I run away from him, and then what? Sleep on the ground by myself with no one there to have my back? Or do I stay here and allow his blatant disregard for human perception to continue to skew the way people walking by look at me and their willingness or ability to assist us in any way?
Let me explain. We might see this clip here in a minute, but pretty much she was going off because she said Xavier's trashy. He leaves trash around. She claims that he has this girl backpack with stars on it, and he dug out of the trash, and it's obviously very girly, and something else like a grocery bag or something that he uses to carry his stuff in. So Heather was like, man, this is embarrassing. And she got him a Nike duffel bag. And she claimed that he's still refusing to use the duffel bag and is still using this girly backpack. And she feels some type of way because she feels like he's affecting how people look at them. I mean, but her screaming in the street is not helping either. I mean, I would be more scared of her if I walked past her in the street acting like that versus Xavier. Xavier seems chill as a cucumber. But with her, she's unpredictable. You don't know what you're going to get. Xavier better get that infected tooth checked out, because I think she said it was down in his jaw too at this point, and that could be deadly. A tooth infection could turn deadly if it gets in your bloodstream. And it's getting to that point where he had to be hospitalized, and that's in his jaw, so it's getting pretty serious.
Is it true that we witnessed a whole bunch of single people receive apartments through the shelter that we were just in, Tremont 100 East Chestnut?
Yeah, but I told you that there was incentive to help people who were like schizophrenic or on medication.
None of them are.
And I told you how Equitable makes their money.
I didn't ask you that. I asked you, did we or did we not witness all of our neighbors receive apartments.
Mental health person.
They are not. Did we or did we not? The deaf guy who you would always smoke cigarettes with, he has no mental health issues.
He would talk to
No,
himself.
he did not.
Yeah, I heard him talk
The
to
person, okay, but you're not a doctor. Did he
Oh my god, and you're not a freaking doctor either, Heather. It's not like you know other people's mental health issues. I'm pretty sure if Xavier was smoking with this dude every single day, he obviously knows more about the dude than you do. And he even said out of his own mouth that he heard the dude talking to himself. So let's go ahead and watch the rest of this. Poor Xavier, he looks so defeated. He looks like he needs a fat joint right now to put up with her BS.
Yeah, I guess.
You guessed, or yes, he did? Did we not?
Yeah, but
Okay, so there's no but anything. Every other person, so do we. And I have 4 children. So if I have to sit here and watch while a bunch of random men are placed into homes, apartments, shelters, given rent paid for a year.
Shout out to Xavier for being willing to tell the truth and not just lie, to just go with the grift and try to get sympathy from people. Like, that's what Heather wanted so bad. She wanted him to say whatever she could to make the situation sound as bad as possible, like they were the victims. And when he didn't go with her narrative, she got hella pissed off. And you heard him say, well, the other people who got an apartment, it's because they had mental health issues. And that makes sense because Heather, it's obvious she has mental health issues. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but like she's claiming Xavier's not a doctor, but Heather's not a doctor either to be sitting here and saying if someone does or does not have schizophrenia. But Heather has claimed multiple times she does not have mental health issues. And the thing is, like, she had 6 months to get on her feet when she had the hotel room from the shelter. And that is enough time to find a job. You know, a lot of people say, oh, I can't get a job because I don't have transportation. I don't have a place to lay my head at night. I don't have a place to shower so I can have good hygiene for that job. Well, they hooked her up with a bus pass at the shelter she was at, both her and Xavier both. They gave her a spot to leave her belongings while she went to work in a place so she could get all cleaned up. She had 6 months and she did not do anything. And people started pulling clips. It was on Loco McHufferton YSL, I think that's the name of the page. An old clip of Heather where she pretty much admitted that she was done working and that she had given up working. And I think that is really what she thinks in her head. I don't believe she's been putting in applications. I just think she has went through so many jobs and recycled so many jobs that she thinks maybe I just don't have what it takes to work a 9 to 5. And that's why she thinks that she's only going to do like influencer or remote jobs that fit under being on social media, because she thinks that she can't do it. But in reality, if she would work on her mental health so she doesn't have all these random outbursts all the time, then she would maybe be able to keep a job. But what I was saying is pretty much, you know, she had 6 months to get on her feet. She claims she doesn't have mental health issues. So these people who have schizophrenic and real mental health issues, the shelter is going to give them a more long-term place to stay, because with their mental health issues, that's understandable why they haven't got a job. But if she's claiming she doesn't have mental health issues, then there's no excuse that she shouldn't have a job by now. You know, and so the funding is coming for the mental health people who cannot control that. And if she just did what she needed to do and worked on her mental health, then maybe she could be right alongside with those people getting a permanent place. But she's not willing to accept that or look into that. I'd rather be like, you know what, maybe I do have it. You know, let's at least try and look than just be in such denial. Then we see a man walk past Heather at 6 a.m. in the morning, screaming at the top of her lungs to her live. And he decides to ask her if she's okay. And you could tell he quickly regrets his decision to see how she was doing. You could tell that he was wishing that he would have kept just walking that day.
My Rolodex begins to be compromised after it's combined with his Rolodex. So we have my Rolodex. How can I help you, sir?
You okay?
Not really. No, not really. I'm a lactating mother. I have 4 children, and I've been calling for shelter services for my entire pregnancy. They came and offered us shelter for 4 months, told us that we would be able to receive a house or an apartment within 6 months, and then just kicked us out July 9th with nowhere else to go. So I'm really not okay. If there's any resolution that you know of in this country, I'm a citizen. Not that I think non-citizens should be treated this way. I don't think anyone should be treated this way, but I am a citizen. I do have a college education. I am employable. I have a large following on social media, so I can do influencer work. There's really nothing that I can't do. I'm well-spoken and articulate. I just want to get home to my kids, and the fastest way to do so is by earning an honest employment, an honest living, and making money and getting an apartment or home. So if there's anything you can do, we pretty much sleep here for the past several days. If there's anything you can think of, any resources you come across, we would be happy to receive those. My name is Heather Gillespie.
He was like, damn, I got to get out here quick. Just imagine you're walking down the street and you just casually ask someone, how are you? And then they go on that whole spiel. Like, what do you say to that? It's like she really thinks he's going to be like, here's the keys to your apartment. Here, take the keys to my car. I'll go buy me a new one. Or he's just going to like put money in her hand. If anything, she's going to scare people off acting like that. Just think, all that time she spent complaining, is she would have put that time into putting in job applications, then she could actually had a job by now. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. I was hoping I could find the clip, but I can't find it. I'm sure it's on Reddit somewhere, but I'm getting tired, honestly. But pretty much she was just saying, oh, working's not my jam. And it made a lot of sense hearing her say that over like this clip was from like a year or two ago, and it really just has me convinced that she's really not been trying to find employment. And like when I went to a halfway house a while back, they gave us a week to find a job, and then you had to have a job within the first month or you got kicked out, because most people can find a job within a month. Like if you can't find something like what you're trying to find, if you can't find something in the category you're looking for, like the medical field, then if you want a job bad enough, then you would be willing to go outside and find something else. House cleaners. There's people, she likes to clean and claims she likes to organize. House cleaners, house cleaning companies are always hiring house cleaners. Like, and you can make $20, $25 an hour at least doing that, or working in fast food. There are plenty of options where she could get hired today. And there's even companies like Wendy's. I don't know if all Wendy's are doing that, but there's several companies now that are paying daily for people like Heather who need money. Because a lot of people be like, yeah, I can come to work, but I don't know how I'm going to make it after then because I don't even have money for gas. So a lot of companies started paying daily to help that problem. But that's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about everything in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.